So hey everyone, welcome back to Rebecca's Colouring Arts and Crafts. So today I'm actually going to continue this part of Millie Marotta's fish duo with my Derwent ProColour pencils. These were provided to me in exchange for a review by Derwent Pencils. So yeah, I'm a little tired right now, so my brain may not be functioning as well as it is. But I'm sort of working out, I think I'm just going to try and do this section today and then leave it at that, possibly. Then we can continue with the other sections. But yeah, I don't even know what I'm thinking right now. I'm just feeling so tired. Not just from the heat, but just from things in general, but yeah. Anyway, so we're going to start with our Derwent ProColour Imperial Purple number 26, and because our light source is coming from this way from what I remember looking at it, we're going to bring it in along, if I can get the pencils to work properly, or the paper to sit properly, more like. And we want to bring that in along here, hoping that I kind of tried the board, but it wasn't as flexible, so it didn't fit in quite as well. So yeah, just using what I can. And we just want to add a little bit of our light shading in here. So I know I've had a few days, I've just had like, oops, get something over there because I'm putting my hand all over the pencil, which will rub it off. Which I don't want, particularly while it's hot. It would be more likely to rub off. It's just been extremely hot here, and yeah, I've just been struggling with the heat and everything, so I'm trying to get back to things, but yeah, it's kind of, shall we say, a bit hard to focus and do things with the heat. But yeah, so now I'm going to come in with my Magenta number 21 out of my Procolor pencils, and as you'll remember, we're using a limited number of pencils for this fish. I'm kind of sticking to the glad wrap a bit, so that's not the best, and this paper keeps moving. I don't know what it is today. I'm just getting frustrated at every little thing that happens. I've been trying to do a book review for the last 4 or 5 days, and I still haven't worked out how to get it done, and I was really hoping to have it done by now, but every time I try to do it, it's been 4 or 5 times, maybe 6 times trying to do it, and it just doesn't work at the minute. So it's like, yeah, I'm kind of getting frustrated at things a lot today. It's kind of really spoiled my mood because I got up today really wanting to do colouring and stuff, and yeah, it's just every little thing seems to be bugging me or going wrong or whatever, and my ankle's hurting, and yeah, I was up till 4 AM talking with Australia Post to do with the parcels issue that I'm having and trying to sort it out. I think I finally got my message across, and that's probably not helping with my mood at the moment, the lack of sleep last night, but it's kind of like I decided to try doing colour along tutorial anyway because it's been a little while since I've done one, and I really wanted to do one, but also the fact that, and I just realised I forgot music, 1 minute. But also the fact I was thinking, well, maybe it'll help me relax and de-stress a bit by doing it, so I decided to colour anyway. So yeah. So now what I want to do is come in with my Crimson Lake number 14, and I'm going to use that. Actually, hang on, first we're going to come in with our Imperial Purple number 26, and we want to use that to create the bits of shadows around these areas, trying not to go over the lines like I just did. Which I'm doing very badly at the minute. And sorry, 1 minute, I have to go and sort out Lily because the mutts next door are stirring her up and being mongrels. Excuse the language, but literally they are. They'll attack anyone and anything or try to. So yeah, I'll be... So hey everyone, I'm back. Got Lily in. And yeah, looking at it, it's not as bad as I think. I'm just getting frustrated too much at little imperfect things and minor things that don't need to be gotten annoyed about. And yeah, as said, I've had a lot of that today and my ankle's starting to really hurt again. So yeah, fun. But yeah, nothing I can do about it. So we're just going to continue here with our Imperial Purple number 26, and we want to use this to try not to go over these little lumps, but we do want to also use this to create our shadows for these areas. We do. I just thought, well, because you know how when you're frustrated and annoyed you don't always want to do what you know relaxes you and stuff like that. And so I decided, screw it, I'm just going to do it anyway because I know it relaxes me, I know it helps, and I know it'll make me feel better. So I might as well do it, and then I can do some of my review reading later, even if I don't get that video up yet. I can still work on it over time, and I'll get there eventually. It'll happen eventually. Yeah, I seem to be going over the lines a lot with this spot. The pencil's sharp enough, but it's just going over. It is. So I just try to be careful of that, but I guess this is one of those times when I'm already annoyed about things. I've got to not let it get to me, because it happens all the time. And with small spaces you can't always avoid it. Like, I guess it's not particularly small spaces, but it kind of is when you're going down those gaps between where these arch bits are. So, and particularly when you're at the edge of the fish or the next part of this pattern. So yeah, I guess as people say, you have to try to be kind to yourself rather than picking on yourself more for you when you're making mistakes when you're in a mood like this. You do. Okay, and that's that. So now what we want to do is come in with our Crimson Lake number 14, and we're going to bring that in over the purple. Trying not to go over the lines if we can avoid it, but as you'll notice I've already done so a bit. Not deliberately or anything, but yeah, it's happened. Not much I can do about it now, because as you all know, I don't like to use erasers because the erasers don't always work that well with the higher quality pencils, so it's not really much point. All you do is just fix it up and cover it up with the next colour you use, because otherwise you're possibly going to damage the tooth of your paper trying to erase the pencil when it's not going to fully come off, and same for the colour, and blah blah blah. But yeah, I've been over all that before. So yeah, we just do the best we can. I still think these are really nice pencils. I'm kind of hoping that, because I love my Inktense pencils so much, I'm kind of hoping that maybe one day Derwent will release a light fast set of Inktense pencils, which I passed a suggestion onto them, because I'm kind of hoping that maybe one day I'll be able to have a light fast set of Inktense, because I love working with my Inktense pencils, as you've probably all noticed with how many videos I've got going with Derwent Inktense. I kind of knew this would help. I was kind of reluctant just because of the fact that I just wasn't in the mood for much, but it's definitely helping and I'm really enjoying it because I love my colouring stuff. Now what we want to do, we want to come in with our Cerise Pink number 20, and we want to bring that over all these colours, including this bottom one that we've basically can't see this colour in, but we still want to put it over it to make it the same as the others. Try not to go over the lines or the dents like I've just done, but it is very hard in these teeny tiny areas. We want to leave some space for our final colour in these spots. I'm going to bring it back down into those little gaps in a minute. I was tempted to just colour over those spots, but I decided not to because I wanted to keep the details as much as possible. I'm doing a little light shadow on the top once you've finished adding the main strip of colour into, so that you can blend it easier with the next colour. Excuse me. Now lastly, we want to come in with our Antique White number 72, and we want to bring that over all these colours and blend them all together as much as we can. It may mean that there's not too much white there that you can see, but it's still, we want that sort of a lighter tone, the faded out sort of more pastel-y sort of tone there. At least that's what I want anyway. If you don't want that, then you don't have to, but and that really smooths out those streaks from the well, helps to smooth out the streaks. It won't Sometimes doesn't take them all away, but it does help to blend things in sometimes. Like, it was blending in pretty well anyway as it was, I'll say. And, well, I reckon that it was blending in as pretty well as it was. But as I went in there were a few streaks that sort of, I guess, blended more where the pink ended because we were doing the white at the end of the pink, so it needed that there to remove those streaks of the definite lines as much as possible. So I guess what I'm meaning by streaks is the definite lines in the image. And I'm still using it on this final little area down here too that's very hard to get into. As you'll notice, this spot's got a lot of colour gone over it, but that's because it's a very small short area that's hard to get into. So yeah, so next I think I want to come in with my Imperial Purple number 26. And I'm just working out, I think while I work out these little bits, I'm just going to start on these sections here and we will work it out from there. So I'm going to start with our Imperial Purple number 26, and I'm going to do the lines the same as these ones here. And so we want to just start with adding a little bit of our Imperial Purple and a little bit of lighter shade to allow for blending, and we want to do that for every second one. And I'm doing the purple there. Oh, I was thinking of the purple in that spot. No, I can still do the purple there. Anyway, I can still make that work. And just down here, I just want to fill this in with our dark purple. And I know I don't regularly just leave it with one colour only, but for that one I kind of do want to leave it just one colour only. And then we do the same for all the other spots. Now we want to come in with our Magenta, number 21. And we want to bring that over all of these colours. Leaving space, trying to leave space for a final colour. So I'm probably filling up a bit much, I don't know. And I made it a bit off with some of the areas where it's come up. Oh well. I'm getting picky again. So I'm trying to line this one up better, unlike the last, which didn't line up quite as well because it's quite, as you notice, the line's kind of crooked. But yeah. Yeah. I'm just going to switch the position. Paper slit again. This one's going to be a bit off center and odd too because I've kind of possibly because I've kind of messed it up a bit, but it'll work either way. Oh, relax, Rebecca. No need to be so picky. There isn't? Yeah, it's a bit off, but oh well. I'm not going to stress over it because I'm sick of being annoyed and frustrated, stressed over everything. So yeah, time to move on. So now we want to come in with our Derwent ProColour Heather number 23. And we just want to finish that over all of these stripes. I've also done what'll be a short speed coloured part of my Summer Dreams sketch that I've been working on. So I hope everyone's enjoying that. I hope you are, because I'm enjoying creating it and I'm working on some other sketch ideas and stuff in the meantime, but not all of them will be shown on YouTube, so yeah, it's good. Now I just want to quickly touch this up with my magenta a bit if I can. There we go, now we're back to our Heather number 23. We want to continue with that. Now what I want to do is, our light source is kind of coming from this direction, so I'm just working out where to have the Imperial Purple coming from. I think what I'm actually going to do, rather than having any particular way, I'm just going to have it from the bottom going up like this. So I'm not going to worry about following lines and stuff like the tail and that, because it's not quite enough of the space, and yeah, so it's not going to work out quite as well, so I'm just going to do that this way. A little bit of light to, shall we say, is it blend it? A little bit of light area to blend it, yeah. Work brain. Now we're going to come in with our Derwent ProColour Magenta number 21, and we want to add that in over the top of these, including a little bit in that little section that was overhanging there that doesn't actually have the Imperial Purple. Same for this one. Some of these spots don't seem to have the Imperial Purple on them because they're higher up where they're fanning out from. Trying to fill in any of these white splotchy sort of looking bits as we can. Some areas you can't avoid, but some paper seems to leave these white splotches underneath the pencil, and I think it's just to do with the texture and how the pencil goes on, and it might fade away more when we add our heather, our final colour in there. So now we want to come in with our heather, number 23. And we want to finish this area here with our heather. And we want to bring it over all the colours. And you'll notice it is leaving a bit of white splotchy sort of areas over it, just like all the other areas. So I'm wondering if it's just the tooth of this paper, because I've noticed I think some colouring books are better suited to some pencils than others, but yeah. I really like the Derwent ProColour pencils for what they are. But I do notice books sometimes do leave these sort of splotchy marks on it that no matter how much you fix up, maybe it's the pencil colour coming off a bit as well, I'm not sure. But yeah, it seems to work like that where the marks or the paper, the type of paper affects how the pencils lay down. Which, that is a thing where the paper can affect how certain types of pencils lay or work on certain paper, from what I know. So I'm trying to fill in those sort of white splotchy bits as I can, but you can only do what you can, and I'm also trying not to rub too much of this off. I was trying to do it this side first so that I wouldn't have my hand on the image as much as possible, because that also rubs the colour off. I've got the cloth to try and prevent the colour rubbing off as well, but that only does so much too. As you can tell on this one, there's pencil colour on it that's obviously rubbed off a bit. Maybe it's not quite as much as your hand would do, but I'm really hoping when the weather's not so hot that my friend who's a woodworker will be able to get out to his shed and we'll be able to work on doing like an adjustable or like a pencil rest that sits over the book that you can use to colour on, so your hand's not resting on the book at all, and hence it limits the amount of colour that rubs off from different pencils. It does. I think it also depends too, because some pencils seem to be slightly differently made to others, and I love the well, camera battery died, but basically what I was saying is that I've noticed with all different pencil brands, sometimes the pencil textures seem to be slightly different between the different pencils, so yeah, not something unusual anyway. But just something interesting that I've noticed, the more I work with pencils, the more sometimes in the different brands, the more sometimes you sort of notice when a pencil is slightly firmer or harder compared to when a pencil is softer and creamier, and yeah, it seems to change depending on the pencil, and probably it comes down to what sort of mediums they use to make that colour pencil. So some could make it a bit harder than others, but overall I find you can still definitely work with the pencils. You can, and it's awesome. So yeah, we're just continuing here with our heather. And we're blending that over all our colours. I think I've decided with these ones what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do a pink and a white. So I'm going to come in with my Cerise Pink, number 20. And I just want to bring this in around sort of the bottom of these little arch areas. And we're going to try and leave a little area for blending at the top. Whoops, which I didn't do very well there. But that way it'll kind of stand out a bit from the purple underneath to the colour here. What am I saying? Work brain. It'll kind of stand out because we've got the purple on the bottom, we've got our pink on the top with our dark shadow area there. And so it kind of looks nice just having sort of just a lighter area along this. And then just a little bit of light pink brushing along there for the shadows. Oh, not for the shadows. For blending purposes. Girls, get on. Hey, good girl. Love you. Loves is walking around. So now we want to come in with our Derwent ProColour Chinese White, number 72. And we just want to bring that over all of these areas. And hopefully our little light area will have worked to allow for better blending of those lines so that we don't have too definite line there where our pink is. At least I'm trying not to, but to me it looks fairly prominent, but then I'm way too picky for my own good sometimes when it comes to my art and how things look. I am. Now what we want to do is we want to come in with our Crimson Lake number 14, and we want to fill in all these spare gaps here with our Crimson Lake. Not completely fill them, just a little section, because we're adding other colours in obviously. We are. I'm hoping that, don't think it was out of frame before, I hope not. And I forgot the little bit of purple for the shadow bit. Yeah, I'll add that in after. I will glue that in once we get this colour in. Ow. I'm sick of ankle issues. been a lot of what my Battle to Do with Australia post is about. Just to do with my ankle problems and them leaving my mail all over the place, which is hard for me to get. So yeah. Anyway, think about the happy things or the good things. That's what I have to keep telling myself. Now what I'm just going to do, I'm going to bring in a bit of my Imperial Purple number 26, and I just want to do a very light shade along these red areas to bring in a bit of our shadows into those spots. So not taking up all the red that we just put down, and I'm not meaning the little light shaded areas either, I mean in the dark shaded areas. Leave some of those dark shaded areas available because you still want some of that colour to go in there. You do? Or you still want some of that colour change there, I mean. My brain's not working. Apologies everyone. Well, not really. Can't really do much about it when you're tired, I guess. I still think I'm doing a pretty good job otherwise. Yeah, now I just want to bring in a bit of my Crimson Lake again and just touch up, make sure there are bits of that red showing out from the purple with the deeper area, and just to make sure that it's blended in properly too. Now what we want to do, we want to come in with our Cerise Pink number 20, and we want to bring that part up over all our red and give it a bit of its own section as well, leaving areas for our light areas, or our final colour more like. And trying to leave the little areas of light pink there to allow for the blending of the other colours in easier. And now finally we want to come in with our, we're actually doing this one slightly differently to the others. The others we didn't actually use the white, we used just the purples, and with the red we used the purple and the two reds. Interesting, but this time I want to do it slightly differently, doesn't hurt. So we're going to come in with our Chinese white number 72, and we just want to bring that over all those colours, blend it in together. I didn't look at that properly, I just thought, oh yeah, I used the Chinese white on the other colour, but I actually didn't, but I kind of like having it a bit different. I do, it's kind of nice. And then lastly, we've just got these little areas down here, which I think I'm just going to follow what I did for the top and bring in my Cerise Pink number 20. And I'm just going to bring that in a bit on the bottom of these little three areas, or 3 leaf areas. Leaving a little bit of very light area for the blending of the colour. And then I want to come in with my Chinese white number 72, and I want to bring that over all of those, over that pink in those leaves, and just blend it together. Yeah, and there's that little spot. So I think what I'm going to do is actually leave it at that for now. I really hope you've enjoyed this part. If you have, please leave a like, subscribe and comment, and I will see you later. Bye.